everyone! Today I am doing a speed build. I originally didn't know if I was going to record this video as a speed build or in real time, and I realized it took me a long time to make. So we are doing a voiceover with the speed build. I first took inspo from this bed right here. I loved the flowers and it was like almost like a modern take on 70's. So I definitely wanted to incorporate that kind of style into the inside of my build. And for the outside of my build, I actually was getting inspiration and kind of almost trying to recreate, but not exactly, this picture I found on Google right here. I thought this house looked very cool and I wanted to do something sort of like that in The Sims. I was having trouble figuring out how I wanted to do this sort of layering that they had going on. There's not exactly the right way to do it in The Sims, I don't think, but I think I did my best. And in all reality, I'm pretty sure this house, it was actually like half of the house. It was actually like a mansion. So I took like half of the house and created the outside that you'll see here. You can see me trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. It took a lot longer and I had to cut a lot out than you will actually end up seeing. And I do end up moving it a couple times because I wanted the door on the far right, just like how it was in the original house. But I was like, well, that's awfully far back. So I kept messing around with the placement and stuff, and the roofs also took me a long time. Like, I cut out so much of the roofs, but I think it all turned out really well. I tried to cut out as much of the outside as I could because the video just would have been so long if I kept every little thing in from me doing the outside. But yeah, I wanted to do this sort of sloping roof thing that we had going on in the original photo, and that definitely took me a while to figure out how exactly I wanted to do that. But I think I got it pretty good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, of course. I don't think, it's not like everyone's cup of tea. It's not like my favorite house, but I wanted to try something different and I think I achieved that. Creativity is linear and I wanted to try something new and it didn't necessarily have to be perfect. And I actually started this build last week and I was thinking it was going to be last Friday's video, but if you ended up seeing last Friday's video, I actually did a 15-minute build challenge because I was getting kind of overwhelmed with the idea of this build, and I knew I just needed to take a step back from it, come back to it, have fun, and not worry about rushing the editing process or anything. But now you can see that I'm just adding on some detail to the outside of the house with the windows, and soon I'll have the door and everything. It definitely took me a minute to figure out how I wanted the windows to look and how I wanted them to be orientated and which windows I wanted to use. So you will see me change things around a little bit. This door does stick around though. I really liked that door. It looked so cute and I think it brought more of that almost not cottagey because it's a very luxurious house. Like it is like almost mansion sized, but it brought like an almost like gardeny feel to the home. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like I wanted like this like big beautiful garden home, and so I feel like you need a lot of windows for that, like this, and then yeah, the like rounded off door I think helped pull that together as well. I'm just adjusting those windows there. And here, I really wanted that window to go like up between like the peak, but then it wouldn't have had any use. And I was hoping to have like some more natural lighting for the Sims and their like bedrooms and stuff that I was going to have upstairs. So sadly, I could not. I wish in the Sims we could have like attics up in the little roof areas, but you can't really do that. You can obviously make one, but it wouldn't have worked in this situation here. You can make like a sort of A-frame style home with like two roofs and then walls, but no, we just had to use these regular roofs, so no attics. And yeah, I decided to add a chimney in there. I wanted to add like those little like vent covers that were pictured in the original photo. I'll pop that up again and show you what I'm talking about. But we didn't really have anything that would kind of suit that in the packs that I have, at least. I'm pretty sure there are other packs that have things, but I don't have every pack right now. I'm not made of money, so I'm just slowly building up my pack collection. I'm really happy with the ones I get from the spring sale. You might notice I use a lot of cats and dogs in this build, and I've never had cats and dogs before up until now. I think I ended up using it in that micro home build I did, but for the most part, I'm still learning about all the new items in these new different packs that I'm not super used to yet. So if there's something that you think, oh, that item would have looked so good there, I probably just missed it, probably didn't realize it even existed. But anyways, you can see that I stuck with that like white stucco mixed with paneling, like wood type vibe that the original house in the photo had going on. And I wanted to use a darker roof because I was trying to almost pull color in because I wasn't super happy with like the plain white. But I was like, I don't know what else to do, and it matches the photo. So you will see me, I actually add in some pops of green in the shutters later on. A little spoiler there for you. But for now, I have moved on to the inside of the house. I was just trying to figure out how I was going to situate all of the rooms, how I was going to do the layout basically, and I do end up changing that upstairs layout a little later on, but you'll see what I end up sticking with. I wanted to have at least 2 bedrooms upstairs, and I was trying to fit a second bath, and I end up only doing 1 bath upstairs and 1 bath downstairs. And now I'm just lighting up the place, and we are going to get started on decorating, which is my favorite part. I was looking so forward to that. I actually don't love building like the actual houses as much as I just love decorating them. So building them is just an ends, a mean to an ends. It's my favorite part is the decorating. So maybe I should do some shell challenges. That might be fun because I love the decorating aspect so much, not so much the build. Maybe if I get better at building and I can get it done quicker, I'll enjoy it more. But yeah, it just takes me so long. Even the decorating takes me a long time, but I like seeing the finished product. So, as you can see here, I am wanting to bring in those greens and blues and pinks from the bed. The bed's like kind of like a tealy blue, so I wanted to bring in some greens. And I thought that kind of fit the like almost hippie aesthetic I wanted to go for. I wanted like a modern take on 70s, and I wanted it to be pink and fun. And right here you can see I'm actually trying to give this rug some fringe on the ends. If you have a pack, because I don't think any of the base game packs have fringe rugs, but if you have a pack that has a fringe rug and you want to add fringe to another rug, you can just stack the rugs and then you'll have fringe on any rug you want. So that's pretty cool. And then I was wanting to delete the underside of the stairs, and for some reason I don't know why they randomly do this stuff, but it wouldn't not delete the window when I did that. But I usually put the window back. Oh, these staircases, they give me such an issue. I swear none of the banisters actually match the stairs, like color wise. I don't know if it's because of like supposedly shadowing, but for real, it's just not even the same color, even though they are the same stairs and it's supposed to be the same swatch. It was giving me a hard time. I can just remember how I was feeling. I was so upset. But I got inspired by this little collage. This is a new part of one of the updates they gave us was this little pride collage, and I thought the orange swatch fit very well with what we were going for, so I decided I wanted to make a whole collage wall behind the TV. I was like, what is going to look good back here? We need a lot of detail, I feel, and I really like how it turned out. You'll see in a few moments it'll be done. Oh, I thought that little cat sign was so cute and fit it so well, and that kind of like I think sparked my interest in adding a cat to the house. So you'll see I will add like a cat bed and cat tree and stuff in, and I think that suits this house very well. I think a girl who lived here would have a cat. I didn't realize how quickly this would actually go by. I feel like I'm not having like a whole lot of pauses and stuff, and I actually kind of have to talk pretty quick to get out what I'm wanting to say. But I feel like visually, the speed is good. So if you guys can let me know if you think this speed like is good for a speed build or if you'd want it slowed down just a little bit more, then let me know, because I can just like get my sentences in, stop adding my voiceover and then pause, think about what I'm going to say, then add it in. It's not that big of a deal for me. But yeah, if it's a good visual speed, I think it is. But I just want your guys' opinion too. I figured not that many people were even going to stick around for a 35-minute video. So I definitely didn't want to make it an hour-long video, unless you guys think that would be really cool. I could also do a two-part, split it into two parts, part one of building the house and part two. So just let me know what you're the most interested in seeing. If you want me to spend more time doing the outside, I can definitely do like next time, like part one, building the outside of this house, part two, building the inside. And I can add those in like back to back, like one's Friday, one's Saturday, so you won't have to wait like a whole week for part two, because to me, that'd kind of suck. So even if I do split them into part two, part one and part two, I mean, then I would want them to be released very close to each other. So just let me know honestly, what you guys think is best. Do you like this format? Is it too fast, too slow? Would you like it a lot slower, like split into two parts? Just let me know. So you can see now I've moved on to the kitchen. I kind of jump around a little bit. I don't really stick to one area of the house completely. Like, I tried to. I definitely do this a little bit in the kitchen, then go back to the living room, then go back to the kitchen, and then I finish the kitchen then and there. Like, I don't jump around crazy amount. But now you can see I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for dining. I wanted this to be the dining area, but it was kind of a tight squeeze, so I was in between in here or in the back of the kitchen. Oh, and now this is my favorite part. I was trying to figure out how to size up this rug. I thought it was coming out too big, and I finally decided I was going to download Tool Mod. Karen and Connie put me on this. There is a tool mod that I will link in the description, in which you can size up or down your items into any size you like. You don't just have to use the bracket keys to shrink and grow, and you can see here I kind of was demonstrating that. But you do have to go into live mode to do it, so make sure you have a sim on your lot when you do that. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I can do a longer demonstration if you guys would be interested in that. But yeah, I was so excited to use a tool mod. Like I said, I will link it below because I got the perfect size of that rug for under the table, and I was so excited, and I use it again later for more rugs and a shelf too. And like I said, Karen and Connie Gaming also like put me on to that. They just use tool mod all the time. So check them out too, because I love their videos. They're so informative, and they have a really cute style when they build, and they're just really fun content creators. But yeah, there you can see I was using the tool mod again. I was trying to figure out how to shrink. Basically shrinking, you just make everything like between 0 and 1, so like 0.5, 0.8, that's how you shrink the item, instead of growing it as just anything above 1. So I was like, wait, how do you do this? But I figured it out, and like I said, it's pretty simple to figure out. And here you can see I took a long time to figure out what I wanted to do on this little table thing. I actually cut out quite a bit of me just trying to figure out what I even wanted on it, how I wanted it adjusted, but I think I like how it turned out, and I really liked the table in general. I think that's another item from Cats and Dogs, and I thought it kind of gave almost like a vintage furniture feel to a more modern room. And I didn't even like talk about that little pink and green chair with the polka dots on it. Oh, I love that chair, and they have a matching curtain, and I end up using that too. And oh, I don't know why, I just loved it. I felt like it was like suiting the house so much. I know I wanted to base the house around that bed, but I honestly halfway ended up basing it around that curtain, I swear. But I did choose the color scheme before I chose the curtain, so it just fit so perfectly. It was just like meant to be. But yeah, you can see I switched out the original pink cabinets I was trying to use for these green ones, but when I did that, I decided I needed to change the color of the floor to pink instead. And I really am liking like the whole monochromatic, but not really, like this color wash. That's what it's called. Like, it's almost a color wash. Besides, we have like that tiling around too, and I just think it gave the house that really like almost 70s feel that I was going for. And I decided to add this little coffee nook in the corner too. I had room over there and didn't know what to do with it. So yeah, I went for some light blue appliances because I really like that baby blue too. So I wanted the kitchen to have that. So we have the green, the pink, and spots of baby blue. And I think it just turned out super cute. I can't decide what my favorite room of the house is, but the kitchen might be one of my favorite rooms. It just came together very nicely. You can see here, I wanted to add that shelf in. I tried to use it by the coffee area, but I thought looked better over there. And I thought that the big cabinet almost kind of obstructed the view of things like for gameplay wise, and I thought that little one was a little smaller and a little less in the way, so I think it all turned out pretty well. And then I was trying to use like all blue um, uh, decor basically, because I was like, well, I have the green cabinets, I have the pink walls and floor, but the green phone man and the green pot, they're just too cute not to use, and I think it brings everything together. I didn't need to use blue for every object. But yeah, right now I am just decorating the rest of the kitchen. Between the cabinets and some of the decor I actually used quite a bit of cottage living in this house too. And I just think cottage living, if you don't have it, if you don't have any packs and you're wanting a pack, I think cottage living is probably one of the best you can go for. There's so much extra gameplay, there's so much extra items for building and in the wardrobe too. Plus, you get a whole new town as well. I just think Cottage Living is probably one of the Sims' best packs, and I would definitely suggest getting it if you love building, if you want obviously cottage decor, and if you want like more cottage style clothing, if you just want like a more like earthy vibe to your builds and your Sims even, then I think Cottage Living is probably the best pack that you could get. And there's chickens! Who doesn't love to take care of some chickens? There's chickens and llamas and cows, so it really does bring a whole new vibe to the game. And I think I got like a 3-pack bundle for my first pack, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I just know I got Cottage Living, Dream Home Decorator, and Decor to the Max all around the same time, so I might have gotten them in like, a bundle. I recommend doing the bundles. You'll save some money doing that too. And definitely wait for a sale. There's always some sort of sale going on. But yeah, like I said, I love Cottage Living. She's my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite pack. I think it is. I think Cottage Living definitely has to be my favorite pack. Like I said, it adds so much gameplay to the game. Now you can see I moved on to the bathroom, and I decided I wanted to do a all pink bathroom and upstairs an all blue bathroom. I thought that would be really fun and really play into the whole 70's aesthetic. So I found a reason to use the pink tub and toilet, guys. I feel like they kind of gave us those in the base game, and it's like no one really uses those to build with, but I found a way to do it. But I'm really happy with how the bathroom turned out. I think it's pretty cute, and it's small, and it's kind of obstructed by the kitchen a little, so if that bothers you, I'm sorry. It does bother me a little too, but I had to fit it in there. Oh yeah, and I just replaced that clock because the shelf ended up being so large in there, I didn't really need anything on the wall. I added in a thermostat, and I wanted that clock in the kitchen. I felt like it looked good right there. And yeah, I just added in a mirror, that shelf, super cute, tiny living. Um, goes perfect in bathrooms. And then I'm going to add in a little piece of artwork, I think. Oh yeah, if you don't know, I'm about to add in a little robe on the back of the door that is completely functional. Your Sims can walk right through it, and it looks really cute. So add robes to your bathrooms. It's so cute. Yeah, there's that little piece of artwork I added again. It was from Cottage Living. There you go. They got artwork too. So yeah, I moved on to upstairs. I know I had one bedroom left downstairs, but I really wanted to start on the main rooms upstairs because the one downstairs turned into a kind of an office guest room combo. So I wanted to go ahead and do our main bed, and I think I went for like a tween to teen vibe bedroom to the side as well. And I found that, like, I don't know what those are called. The little things that open up and they hide you while you're getting changed and stuff. Anyways, I found that while I was looking for other decor, and I thought, this matches the bed perfect. It's gonna go in the room. It's gonna look perfect. And I had no idea how I was gonna use it, how I was gonna orientate it, but I will end up doing something pretty cool with it. I think it turns out great. I decided while I didn't know what to do with it then, I would move on to the parents' room. And I just love how those little side tables turned out. I feel like the orange was like the perfect pop of like color and 70s style that we needed. And yeah, I just needed to add in a little rug too. That one matches that back bedroom perfectly. The parents' room, it didn't come out to be my favorite, but I think it's pretty good still. But the kids' room, it's so cute. It's so good. But now I'm just continuing to decorate the parents' bedroom before I move on to that kid's room. I also loved that dresser. I will say, I think the furniture in here was pretty good. It really was matching that like mix between modern and 70s that I was looking for, and then we had the pink, and it did come out really cute. I think it was just missing something, and I didn't know what, but I still like it. And I got to use that wallpaper. And maybe the wallpaper was the issue. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really match the bed. But I love this little lemon slash orange tree. It can be both. And the other plant I used too. Oh, I just felt like, and this lamp, the whole room just had like the perfect furniture for that 70s style I was going for. I don't even know what I'm saying. I do like this room. Why was I saying I don't like it? I don't know. I think it actually turned out pretty well. I think the only thing that I would like change would probably be the bed. It's honestly, I don't think it suits the rest of the furniture, but I don't think there was a better option either. So, that's what we went with. Maybe if you have a better pack, you can add something from like the pastel pop pack or something like that. That probably would do really well for building a house like this. And I decided that this area was a little blank, so I added a whole like jewelry stand. I felt like that would be one of those sets of drawers that your grandma or even mom could have, that every drawer just has jewelry in it, jewelry on jewelry on jewelry. And I think that turned out really well. And the light looked so good in that room too. But now I have moved on to the teens room. I think it's more of a teen room, maybe between like, it could be a 12-year-old's room, but definitely like a more grown up style, like leaning towards teen. So, I'm gonna call it the teen room. Yeah, I decided to turn that little openy thing. I'm gonna figure out what it's called and put it on the screen. Partition? Yeah, I think it's called a partition. I opened that little partition, I turned it to the corner and was able to fit a mirror and a little clothing rack back there, and I think that turned out so perfect. I would have loved that as a kid. I always wanted one of those partitions, but I did not have the room nor the money to buy one. But I went ahead and added this desk in too, and I think the colors turned out so good. And it took me forever to figure out what chair I wanted in that corner. So I hope the poof's okay. I wanted like a whole chair, but I just couldn't find one that I loved. So I went with that little poof thing, the ottoman. And I'm also going to add a shelf back there with a bunch of cool things on it. That phone, man. I thought that phone was so cute, and I wanted it to be like moved up a little, but that's how it ended up being, and I think that's okay. And I like that it was pink, and I felt like you could just sit in that little corner on the phone and be like, talk to your girlfriends and everything. And I added that Tiffany lamp, and I wish the base could have been something other than black because I felt like the black was way too much contrast for that room, but I ended up with still a pretty cool lamp. And now we're moving on to that blue bathroom I was telling you guys about. I love how the blue bathroom turned out. I think I like it even more than the pink bathroom, which says a lot because the pink bathroom was so cute. And I'm just adding I wanted a full vanity right there, with like cabinets on cabinets. And I couldn't decide if I wanted the cabinets to lean more towards that electric blue or the light blue, but I think I made the right choice with the light blue. And just going to add all the little details in. some towels, some robes, some paintings. I couldn't decide what I wanted on that little corner over there, and I just went with a plant. And it's such a cute plant. I didn't even know this plant existed. It's so cute. And it's from the Blooming Rooms kit, I'm pretty sure. And I've had that one for a long time, and I didn't even know that cute little tiny plant existed, and I think it fits the space so perfectly. So I'm happy I went with it. I think it's cute. I could have added candles in next to it, I suppose, but you know, that's not what we ended up doing. And it took me forever to figure out which paintings I wanted in here as well, but I actually love the ones I ended up picking. I think the whole thing looks super cute and very like that 70's, almost like leaning to like 80's, 90's feel as well with the little pears. I feel like the pears are quite 90's slash early 2000's, but the rest of it is just, oh, chef's kiss. I love it. Oh, and I needed to add some more lightings in. I had those started out with those little saucer lights, and I actually left them underneath the big lights I added in because the big lights never have enough light. But they work out like that, so it's okay. But if you're on like a budget, it's annoying. And I decided I was going to use these little rugs. I thought they were like the perfect length for the hallways up there, but I was also wanting to add in that pop of color. I feel like the hallway was lacking. I love the wallpaper and everything, but it is a little bit more like on the pastel side, and the rest of the house is quite bright. So glad I added in the little rugs to kind of jazz the place up a little bit. And now we are moving on to the room that took me probably the longest. It was at least the most frustrating. I don't know if it took the longest, but I was just taking forever to find something that I was happy with. I wanted it. It ended up like almost becoming like too modern at one point, too 70s at one point, and I was trying to find that perfect mix. But you can see there, I added in that tiny living pull-out couch, so it can be a bed for a guest room. Here is where I like was leaning super 70s, and I love this, but it doesn't match the rest of the house, which was the only thing. I was like, I do love this, but it just didn't match the rest of the house. So I knew I needed to change things up a bit. So you will see I'm going to end up changing the wallpaper, changing the rug, changing the color of the couch and everything. I think I decided to go with just the plain white walls. I think I stuck with, but we'll have to see. I can't quite remember now. And yeah, I don't know why I ever changed that chair. I guess that chair really did give 70s, but I wanted that like pink color in there. And the other one was like almost like a burnt orangey red, and I wanted that pink instead because we didn't really have the burnt dark orange red in the rest of the house. We had some bright orange, but I just didn't think it fit. Maybe I stick with the flowers. I really can't remember. This wallpaper is going to be a surprise to me and you guys both. And it took me forever to figure out what curtains I thought looked great too. And then that's when I knew I had to like take a break because I was like, this is taking me way too long. And when I came back, I just knew. I was like, okay, I know what I want to do, and I know how like it's gonna look okay. I didn't need to overthink it, you know? And then I knew I wanted to change the rug and have it have some fringe on it too, so I went ahead and used that tool mod again, guys. You can see I typed in the numbers until I got the perfect size for it, and I think I ended up switching to a different fringe. I wanted a red fringe instead of a pink. There we go. Yep. But I think it turned out really cute. We used the pink fringe on the other rug, so this kind of gives us a little more bit of a different feel, but still, oh, so cute. And now I look at the room, I love how it turned out. I was just stressing for no reason. You shouldn't get stressed over a Sims build, guys. But yeah, I decided to move on to the outside after that, and here you can see I'm adding that green into the shutters like I said I was going to. And I wasn't sure how I felt about the green like window frames, but it matched the rest of them. I wish the shutters just changed color, not the window frame, because I don't even know if I've ever seen a house in real life that had window frames painted like that. I think the shutters are usually just the only thing painted. But anyways, I decided to add a fence in. I think a white picket fence does exist in some pack, but not one that I have. Like I said, with the little like spikes on the top. Oh, that would have been so cute, but this is close enough. And the archway wasn't exactly what I wanted either, but you know, you make do with what you got. And I think I'm glad to be able to show you. Oh, stop, pause right there. I needed to add a back door. I literally meant to add a back door basically where the bathroom was. And oh, I didn't even realize there's a little red wallpaper transferred through the wall right there. Anyways, I'm getting all mixed up. I wanted to add a back door where the bathroom was. Completely forgot that was my plan and put a bathroom there. So I had to move that window and put the back door in the living room. And I think it all turned out pretty well. That little roof took me a while to figure out how to do too. And it literally had like just the simplest fix. It was like clipping and I just needed to like move it one up because it was actually just in the wall, if that makes sense. See, you could see it right there. I needed to move that up. It made sense, okay? And I knew I wanted to do a pool too. And so I'm just going to do some terrain paint to make that look really nice. And what was I on about? Oh yeah, I am glad that I can show you guys how you can make do with minimal packs. I know I'm still using quite a few, but I've taken a long time to curate even just the few that I do have. It's not that many compared to a lot of people. A lot of people have all of them, and that's crazy. That's a lot of money. And, you know, maybe I hope to have them all one day, but right now I'm on limited packs. And you don't need every pack to be able to do a really beautiful build. You can do a beautiful build with base game. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that. Oh, I love that, like, um, umbrella on the top of that table. And guess what? That's base game. But the color is just so cute. I felt like it fit the house so well. And oh, I just love that like lime green color. It's not like an ugly lime, it's a cute lime. Super cute. Now I'm just trying to do some of the front. Oh, and you might have noticed I lowered the house down because if you try to put plants and other things really close to the house while it's on a platform, they like glitch up and go up on the platform. So I'll be adding that back later on. I just had to adjust the plants before I did that. You can see I'm trying to go for a very sculpted look, but I didn't want it to be too sculpted, so I do end up adding in some like wildflowers and stuff, because if you remember in that original picture they had like a lot of wildflowers and I wanted it to have like a sculpted gardeny feel, so I needed some sort of extra flower to give it that not too perfect, you know. Didn't want the bushes too perfect. And I wanted to add some flower boxes on the outside of the house too, and I think that really helped with some of the plainness. I know the original house I don't think had any flower boxes, but I just felt like our house was looking a little plain. And I messed around with this corner for a while trying to figure out exactly what I wanted, and I think I'm happy with how it all turned out. I had to deal a lot with like all the grass and stuff clipping through the walls, but I cut most of that out so I won't torture you with all the clipping and such. We are getting close to everything being finished, and when we get to the end of the video I will log back in and take you guys on a live tour of, well, not live for me, not live for you. Anyways, I love what I did with the back there, you know, it's super cute. But yeah, after we are finished up here with this landscaping, I will take you guys inside and take you around to look at everything. And I can't remember, this house will be on the gallery. I don't think it's on the gallery just yet, but it will be by the time this video is up. I will literally show you me uploading it to the gallery and what I name it and everything, but I just haven't figured that out just yet. I'm not sure. I don't think I have anyways. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm just finishing up, putting some finishing touches on this outside landscaping with some of those wildflowers I was talking about earlier. I just thought they looked good spread about the house a little and near that little tree. Super cute. And I'm going to be adding some terrain paint in after I get that platform lifted back up and the stairs put back on. And I'll add some terrain paint just to give it a little more of a dimensional look and not so flat. Yeah, it's good to put, I see a lot of people put terrain paint around like the perimeters of pretty much everything, the house, the plants, and I think it always makes the place look pretty good. Sorry I was skipping around so much there at the end, but now it is just this terrain paint, and then at the very end, I think I add a cat scratching post in, and that's it. So we can just relax now that we've got everything said and done. And after I finish up with this terrain paint, we will go on that little tour. I'll just let you sit here in silence for the next 20 seconds. Oh, here I go with that cat post. Never mind, you get to hear me talk some more. And I just add that in. So yeah, let's hop right in and get to that tour now, guys. Okay, guys, here we are with the finished house. Let's just hop right into this little tour that I wanted to give you here at the end. Here is our living room. We also have the dining table in here as well. Oh, I love how it turned out with the little, the lamp and the chair. And then I also added in, I don't think I really spoke about this, but I added in this like little candle tray thing, and that's so cute. I thought about adding it in back there, but I did not. Anyways, we have our little cat tree. This is the look, the TV and the collage wall, super cute. Oh, I love it so much. And then I love the dining area too. It's perfect. And then we'll move on from there into our kitchen. We have that little coffee bar area with the hot cocoa tray, shelves, more of those beautiful curtains. We have cat bowls down here. Then we have one half of the kitchen. So cute. The other half, we have those wall details, the window, bread. Oh, just love it. And then we have that little bathroom. Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to take the walls down to show you the bathroom, but I will just show you around. And then, of course, we have that little robe on the bathroom and everything. So cute. And then I will go ahead and go into the guest room down here too. I added that litter box in. I never really spoke on it, but yeah, just for the cat, the imaginary cat. And yeah, that fringe we added to the rug. Oh, I added this plant down here. We have the same one in the parents' room. Don't get mad. It's just super cute and fits the vibe. And then yeah, those paintings are the perfect color. Sorry I keep saying yeah, but I love this room. And then let's go ahead and go upstairs. We have our little hallway. It's nothing too crazy, it's just a hallway. Let's go ahead and head into the parents' room. I love how everything turned out. I love the tree, I love the furniture, I love that lamp, I love the light. And we got another cat bed up here for our little kitty, and I added some light switches in. And then for our kids' room, we have this little dressing area. Oh, it's so amazing. And then we have this little area where she can just hang out, read some books, talk on the phone. Then the bed that started it all. It's so cute. And we ended up having that same curtain in here too because it's just the best. Just the best. That's the lamp we ended up going with, the rug, everything about this room. Oh, just mwah, love it. And we'll move on to the bathroom. Here she is. I love the blue that we ended up using. And this is that wall with all the stuff on them. I need to figure out a better way to do tours because I don't know how to like show everything. But this is it, guys. It's great. I love how the artwork turned out. And then I will go ahead and take y'all to the backyard. This is the back of the house, by the way. I don't think I ever showed like a really good image of it, but I like it. It turned out really cute. I used these green posts to tie in the green from there. And then we have the pool area. I painted the walls and everything of it. I got these pink chairs back here. I love this. This is one of like my favorite parts of the landscaping. I don't know why, it just turned out really cute. And then I have this table and chairs, the little grill area. We have the bird bath. I just thought the bird bath would look perfect back there. And yeah, that is the house finished, and I am going to upload it to the gallery. What should we call it? I think maybe contemporary. Is that how you spell that? 70's Flair. It is the contemporary 70's Flair house. She is just under 80,000 simoleons, 3 beds, 2 baths, and I added in a little watch me build this modern house with the 70's flair on my YouTube channel, DayaGaming. If you are coming from finding this on the gallery, let me know on the comments because that would be really cool. And I'm going to go ahead and share it to the gallery. Contemporary 70's flair, don't forget it. And with that, I am happy to say we have come to the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching me build that house. Please let me know what you thought of it, what you liked, what you didn't like. Just leave a comment down below. And yeah, let me know what else you'd be interested in seeing me build or do on the channel. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And I will talk to you all later. Goodbye!